To call the atmosphere here charged would be doing it a disservice. It is positively electric in this place as we get you set for postseason baseball on the show. It's Game 1 of the American League Championship Series between the Texas Rangers and the Chicago White Sox. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. I'm joined by Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, let's take a look at how these two ball clubs got to where they are.
Yeah, and you can see how these two teams stack up. And it's hard to say exactly who you'd give the edge to right now. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if the pitchers were the guys that got the upper hand in this series.
The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Back now live as we count down to the start of Game 1. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your Chicago White Sox.
A chance now to look at the batting order for the visiting Rangers. Who are you focused on, EK?
Well, guys, everybody should be looking out for that guy in the number 3 spot. He's one of the best clutch hitters in baseball. If they can get guys on base ahead of him, they'll have a great chance.
Buddy Dick will stand in now, and you'd have to say he was one of the real bright spots in the division series.
And here in October, this is when you want your guys to really find their stride. And you're right, Matty. He was outstanding in getting them into this LCS.
High and deep to right center field. Navarre going back on it. Gone! Solo shot to right center. His first homer so far in the series. As the White Sox are on the board first, it's 1-0.
This is what you expect when you make it to the postseason. I mean, you expect the guys that have carried you all year to keep on producing. And sure enough, he comes through again and delivers another.
Buddy Dick is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact and he can run.
Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. He's around first on his way to second now. And he gets in there standing. He's got himself a double.
I'll tell you, this guy has been something else in these playoffs. I mean, when it matters most, he's come up aces more times than not. And he delivers once again here with a ringing double. Man, he's fun to watch.
Coming to the plate now, Hector Peralta. He flew out in his last at-bat. And the runner's breaking for third. Good swing just a little early, and he'll see another payoff pitch. And now the runner's trying for third. Pitch taken for ball 4. The throw. The tag's there, and he's out trying to steal third. Great throw. Buddy Dick will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ballgame. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. And that's in there for a base hit, his 3rd hit of the game. And they keep rolling here. Their runners at the corners with still nobody out. Hector Peralta will step in. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Some movement now in that Texas bullpen as a left-hander starts to get cranking down there. He's running towards second. Pitch outside. The throw. And no throw, as it turns out, as he takes second with ease. 3 runs, 6 hits. And no errors so far for the White Sox. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Oh, he makes the stop. He is out.
Woo, no problem. Well, by rights, this should have been an RBI single. But that's one heck of a play out there on defense. The run's still going to score, but what an exceptional defensive effort out there to at least get an out on the play.
Hard liner toward short, but unfortunately right at the shortstop for the second out. And they get the double play at third. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. We're back with more of Game 1 after this message and a word from our local stations. So coming to the plate, Buddy Dick. And we'll see if he can get something into the gap to make it interesting. He's had a great game so far, but needs the triple to complete a cycle.
And, you know, that's the toughest.
There's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one, without a doubt, is gone. It's a two-run shot to straightaway left, his second of the game, but that'll do little more than make a dent in this big deficit.
Well, this at least is a way to make some kind of positive out of what's been a really difficult evening so far. I don't think this will make much of a difference in the final result, but at least it shows.
Well, guys, as you know, if you're going to pick a time to have a big ball game, you may as well make it happen in the playoffs. And this man right here obviously did. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and prove your mettle. I think his performance here was by far the big key to this ball game.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. After some high drama in Game 1, a capacity crowd on hand here, and they're definitely making their presence felt. It's the second game of this ALCS between the Texas Rangers and the Chicago White Sox. The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci. A chance now to look at the batting order for the visiting Rangers. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
Well, you better be careful when dealing.
Buddy Dick will stand in, and he was one of the heroes last time out with 2 big home runs.
Boy, you picked a good time for him, too. Here on the big stage in October, the way he was attacking the baseball, he is definitely not lacking for confidence when he's at the plate.
And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Yeah, just a nice job of hitting that time. You can see he's got a strong top hand there, and he just hooks this one into the hole for a 2-out single.
Hector Peralta will get a shot here with 2 away and a runner at first now following the base hit.
That 2-out single seemed harmless enough, but anytime you extend the inning to allow this guy to get a shot with a runner on, you better be careful.
And no throw, as it turns out, as he takes second with ease.
Yeah, timely gamble there. You really don't have a whole lot to lose, and it'll result in a 2-out scoring opportunity.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. The 1-2 pitch.
Ball.
Changeup, and that fades down and away, 2-2. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Mike Fillmore.
And Fillmore usually gets high praise from most people for his command of the zone. He will occasionally give the pitcher just a little extra off the plate if he spots it well, though.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. And the stolen base winds up as a moot point as the inning is over. A man left for the White Sox. They trail it here. Into the box now, Buddy Dick, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. Oh, and this just jumps off the bat here as this is to deep straightaway right field, and you can pretty much forget about this one. That is a long home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His third home run of this series, and they're on the board at 6-1.
This is what you expect when you make it to the postseason. I mean, you expect the guys that have carried you all year to keep on producing, and sure enough, he comes through again and delivers a no-doubter here.
Stepping in, Buddy Dick. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
Dick.
Hard hit ball to second, and a sliding try at that one, but it'll get through for a base hit. And the runner scores from second as they cut away into that deficit here. That makes it a 7-3 ball game.
Well, he had that home run earlier in the ball game, and now he's got an RBI single. So he's putting together a pretty nice ball game.
Hector Peralta will dig in. He doubled his last time.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
Here's a look over to first, and he just manages to get his hand in. "2-1, here it is. Fastball is looked at for strike two. Smoked on the ground left side, and just past his outstretched glove into left, a base hit.
Right fielder number 20.
Pete Enriquez stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Line drive to left. And that is down for extra bases as this will get one home and maybe two. And the runner from second is in to score. It's now a 7-4 contest.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
And now time is called here as their pitching coach is going to pay a quick look. Buddy Dick gets another shot, and if you remember, he hit a round tripper back in the fourth. Into the windup and the pitch. Hit hard towards center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Well, nothing makes you feel worse as a relief pitcher than blowing a game for your starter. You got to set that to the side right now and do what you can to get out of this inning with the game still tied.
Now the Rangers get a reliever up and throwing in the bullpen as a right-hander's begun to warm up out there. Pitches a cold strike. The throw not in time as he steals second.
Oh, and with nobody out, that could turn out to be a big stolen base right there. Now, not only do you keep out of the double play, but you also get the ever-important go-ahead run into scoring position.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
So often, playoff baseball comes down to the bullpen, and this is going to be a bullpen game from here on out.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. Pulled toward right center field. Calling for it, Navarre, one away. But he gets back in time, safe at second base. Pete Enriquez Digs in, looking to send something into the outfield that gives that go-ahead run a chance to score from second.
Well, no complaints on this end, guys. You've got to love any game that's this tight, this late.
And now the runner's trying for third. Pitch is high. The throw not nearly in time as he takes third easily.
Well, sometimes if you're going to go out and try to win the game, you need to take some chances. And sending the guy from second was certainly a big chance. But it works out for him, so now they can take the lead here with something as simple as a fly ball.
That's a
3-1 now as that misses down and in.
Your job right here on the mound, you got to think strikeout number 1, ground ball number 2. You can't leave anything up that can easily be a sac fly.
Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. And the count will be full. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 1 away. Now a ball hit down the line in the air. This has a chance, and oh, it's high off the foul pole for a home run. So a 2-run homer down the line in right field, his second home run of the series as they've taken a 2-run lead. Standing in a perfect 4 for 4 so far, Buddy Dick, and we'll see if he can put together a rare 5-hit performance here. Hard liner toward short, but this is yanked down out there at shortstop for the first out.
The center fielder, number 13, Hector.
Well, guys, as you know, if you're going to pick a time to have a big ball game, you may as well make it happen in the playoffs. And this man right here obviously did. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously, every game is so important in the postseason, but this was one they definitely needed, and he came up with a huge performance here.
So that'll just about do it for Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci. Now a moment here to check out the White Sox starting lineup. Eric, who should we keep an eye on?
Well, guys, everybody should be looking out for that guy in the number 3 spot.
Buddy Dick will stand in now for the first time, coming off, well, nothing short of a dynamic performance last time out.
Well, it makes you wonder how they're going to attack him here in this game. I would bet that they're a lot more cautious with him.
Here's a swing, and oh, man! Way out of here. So a 2-run homer down the line in right field, his 4th long ball of this series, as the White Sox move in front 2-0.
And this is what you expect when you make it to the postseason. I mean, you expect the guys that have carried you all year to keep on producing, and sure enough, he comes through again and delivers a no-doubter here.
ready to take his hacks again, Buddy Dick, as he'll look to follow up the two-run homer he launched over the wall last time up.
Well, I think he proved that he can turn on a pretty good fastball and hit it out of the ballpark, so you need a different approach in this at-bat.
Oh, and he misses it.
Yeah, it looked like a fairly routine play there. Don't know if he took his eye off it or what, but he winds up basically whiffing on the catch, and that's going to wind up a two-base error.
Pitch in the dirt, and that gets away. Throw goes over to third, and he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
And so far, throughout his entire start, he's had very little go right out there on the mound for him. And this is just going to add to the misery as that pitch will be scored a wild pitch.
To 2-2 now. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. Flipped out the other way toward short. Base hit, and that'll get a run in.
You'll see this again. This pitch bunches him up, and he kind of jams himself.
Buddy Dick strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Here's the first pitch to him. He pulls this one into right. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Oh, man, that's just digging that front shoulder down and then whipping that bat through the zone and just hammering it into right field. Those are the kind of balls that if you get a little bit of lift on it, maybe some backspin, that could wind up sailing right out of the ballpark.
And now the Ranger bullpen swings into action. A lefty and a right-hander are throwing down there. Runners on the move for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. And they'll tag him out in the rundown. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, one man left on. Last half of the fifth coming up. It's the White Sox 4 and the Rangers nothing. Buddy Dick will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a two-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Smoked the other way. High and deep to left. Ellis ranging back. Gone! It's a two-run shot. Buddy Dick will come up now in yet another big RBI opportunity.
And he's got 4 already, and he's got a chance to make this a game to remember.
He's set. Here it comes. And he gives this one a pretty good ride down the left field line. And nearly a 3-run shot. Instead, it's a foul ball. Set to deliver the 0-1. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Moving under it, Ellis. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Well, guys, as you know, if you're going to pick a time to have a big ball game, you may as well make it happen in the playoffs. And this man right here obviously did. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and prove your mettle. I think his performance here was by far the big key to this ball game.
So that's a wrap here tonight. in front of a standing room only crowd. This joint is abuzz with activity. It's game 4 now of the American League Championship Series between the Chicago White Sox and the Texas Rangers. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. With me are Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, lots of storylines here as we approach the start of Game 4.
And you can see the results right there. It's been about what we'd expected up to this point. Very tightly played, very tightly contested series so far. It sits at 2-1 right now, but I've got a feeling it's going to take at least 6 games, maybe even all 7 games to decide a winner in this one.
Set for what should be a good one. Lineups and first pitch are next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your Texas Rangers.
And briefly here, a glance at the 2 starters who'll get the ball here in this one. Now a moment here to check out the White Sox starting lineup. Anybody catch your eye, Eric?
Well, guys, everybody should be looking out for that guy in the number 3 spot. He delivered when it really mattered last game, driving in 4 runs. He just needs to keep up the timely hitting so he can continue to pick up runners when they give him a chance.
Angelo Santos is the man on the mound for the 4th game of the series. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, they were real happy with his last start. Got into the 7th inning, kept the other team at bay, and got his ball club to win. They'll take that same sort of effort here.
With a moment now, let's take a look at how the Rangers will align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, you remember growing up, right field wasn't.
Buddy Dick will stand in, and he was one of the heroes last time out with 2 big home runs.
Boy, he picked a good time.
There's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one, without a doubt, is gone. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. Buddy Dick will try things again. He hit that 2-run homer his first time.
Yeah, and he jumped all over a first pitch fastball in that at-bat and just drove it right out of here. So let's see if he's aggressive.
Meanwhile here, this is going to be trouble out there in left center, as it ought to be good for extra bases. Around third and being waved on home. Hey! And he is in there. Hector Peralta will dig in. He singled his first time around.
And they take another single right here, too, no doubt. Runner in scoring position, so any ball into the outfield probably gets him home.
And that is through into center field, a base hit. Notch 1 in the score column as a runner from third crosses the plate. That makes it a 4-0 ball game. Buddy Dick strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Hard liner toward short. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. Around third and being waved on home. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate. Lee Baker is going to take over here in inning number 5, as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here. 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error thus far for the White Sox. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Lifted the other way to left center. Ellis is there. Let's see if they test it. And a 6th run will come across on the sac fly. It's now 6-zip.
Good work there to pick up that 2nd run of the inning. He just gets the ball airborne, and it's plenty deep enough to pick up the RBI.
Buddy Dick will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. Takes this the other way to right, and Guillen will handle this one for route number 2.
And that's actually a lot tougher play than it looks out there in right field. You know, sometimes off of a right-hander's bat, that ball can kind of curl away from you, but he stays right with it to put it away.
Buddy Dick strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Slapped hard the opposite way. He leaps, but he can't get it. It's down for extra bases. Around second. He'll try for third. Oh, and he ignores the third base coach and heads for home. And he is out on a close play as he was trying to stretch it all the way.
Well, you know, sometimes after you've run that far...
Well, guys, as you know, if you're going to pick a time to have a big ball game, you may as well make it happen in the playoffs. And this man right here obviously did. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously, every game is so important in the postseason. But this was one they definitely needed, and he came up with a huge performance here.
So that's a wrap here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Eric Karros and Steve Lyons, and our entire crew. Through the first 4 games, it's been quite a rough and tumble series, and this crowd is expecting more of the same here. It's Game 5 of the American League Championship Series between the Chicago White Sox and the Texas Rangers. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch, let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your Texas Rangers.
And briefly here, a glance at the 2 starters who'll get the ball here in this one. Now a moment here to check out the White Sox starting lineup. Thoughts, EK? Anyone stand out?
Well, guys, everybody should be looking out for that guy in the number 3 spot. He delivered when it really mattered last game, driving in 4 runs. He just needs to keep up the timely hitting so he can continue to pick up runners when they give him a chance.
Lewis Walton is charged with keeping their hopes alive on the mound here in the League Championship Series. What's your take on him, EK?
Yeah, Matty, he was effective in his last start, but he only got into the 6th inning. Got his ball club to win, but they'd like to see him go a little deeper here.
And with that, let's take a look at how the Rangers will align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, Matty, you remember, growing up, right field wasn't a very important position. But here at this level, it's as important as any. And this man plays it as well.
Buddy Dick will stand in now for the first time, coming off, well, nothing short of a dynamic performance last time out.
Well, it makes you wonder how they're going to attack him here in this game. I would bet that they're a lot more cautious with him.
Ellis ranging back at the track, the wall. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left, his 7th of this series, as the White Sox move in front 2-0.
And this is what you expect when you make it to the postseason. I mean,
digging in to try it again, Buddy Dick. He hit a 2-run jack in his first at-bat.
Yeah, and he jumped all over a first-pitch fastball in that at-bat and just drove it right out of here. So let's see if he's aggressive early in the count once again.
Hit hard towards center, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
And you know, as a hitter, you're seeing the ball so well when you can take a pitch like that and square it up and just hammer it right back up the middle.
He's running towards second. Line drive to left. But the catch is made on the line out there. Will they have a shot at doubling him off first? On to first, a double play. No runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. The White Sox lead it. Buddy Dick will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. He's ready. Here's the first offering. In the air to center field and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is going to be a home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center, his 2nd of the game. Buddy Dick stands in again here with 2 home runs already to his name in this one.
And you know what, Matt? He's just made it look so easy out there. I think they've got to change their approach right here. Use some caution or something.
Hit hard on the ground to second. He's got it. The second for one. On to first, and they get them both.
The batter.
Wow, that is a very quick turn up the middle there. This is not a guy that you're going to double up all that often, but you see the good.
Buddy Dick will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, we take you back to inning number 6. This was his 2nd home run of the ball game, as he'll stand in here looking for number 3. Gone! So a 3-run shot to left center, his 3rd home run of the ball game, as this is now a 7-run ball game.
Well, if his guys go on to win the pennant, I think you're looking at the MVP just on the strength of this one ball game alone. Now, I'm not.
Buddy Dick will stride in again as he looks to join a very elite list. We take you back to earlier. This was home run number 3 in the ball game, as he'll try and join just a select few with 4 home runs in a single game. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Hit pretty well out to deep left field. Ellis ranging back, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. The run scores from second.
And the beat goes on. Another great at-bat, and what else is new? They've now thrown 15 runs up on the scoreboard. Now that is a good day's work.
Hector Peralta steps in looking for his 3rd hit of the ball game.
Well, anytime you can put together a 3-hit game, you're doing something right out there, and we'll see if he can pull it off.
Runner's on his way to 3rd. Ripped on the ground to first. And he tries to go to a knee to block it, but it's by him down the right field line. The runner from second crosses the plate.
And if I didn't know any better, I'd think this was the 27 Yankees up there. Now that's 16 runs they've pushed across so far in my scorebook. Well, it's starting to look like one big ink spot. But this is really a great moment for these guys. They are the American League champions, and now they're going to get a shot to play for the ultimate prize, a chance at winning a World Series.
A handful of fine individual performances to choose from in this one, boys. But what do you say we go ahead and let this man take home the hardware? He's our tops player of the game.
Well, he winds up with 3/4 of the cycle. Couldn't quite squeeze in the triple, but that's all right. He definitely did enough to earn himself the hardware.
Time for the ball game.
So that just about does it.